Welcome back to A Link Between Nerds. This time, we're going to play a little Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver.
Why does that guy in the background look like your angry grandpa?
Because he is. I mean, I guess technically he's your father, but...
is he your grandpa father?
Kinda. He is Kain. He's the bad guy of the Legacy, or of the Soul Reaver series.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the good guy of the Legacy of Kain series, so...
I mean, it all depends on whose story you're looking at. Because I'm sure he's still the hero in his own story.
Exactly.
His contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren.
That's you.
Damn, look at that chin.
Right?
Firstborn
And those cheekbones.
I stood with Kain.
So, like you just said, you're the firstborn of Kain's lieutenants. You were, like, essentially his first...
I have served him.
Quote-unquote son.
Yeah.
Son, grandson.
Over time, we became less human and more divine.
Pretty much, like, as you aged, like, your vampire powers evolved.
Yeah.
And usually what would happen in the past is Kain would evolve a new power, and then his underlings would.
Yeah.
You were the first person to gain a power before Kain does.
Ah, which would be these wings.
Yes.
I had the honor.
Kain's pissed that someone surpassed him.
I mean, he's Kain. Ah, what? Fuck! What?
Rah! Why do I have this candy necklace thing in my ear?
He looks like he makes his kids go get the beer for him.
Yes.
Whose fucking wings are these?
For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward.
This isn't gonna end well.
Agony.
Tears the very bones from his wings.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Throws him down the fucking hell abyss, apparently.
Yep. This is where vampires are executed. Because in this universe, water is like acid to a vampire's touch.
Eternal damnation.
Any water or moving water?
Just any water.
Oh, okay.
I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the
Raziel.
bowels of the lake of the dead.
It's like he keeps looking around for cameras to make sure nobody sees this happening.
Right. In a world that is very much based off of like medieval Europe, where there were no cameras.
Yeah.
Like,
Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable
What is the voice from this
relentless
game?
agony.
I don't know,
Time ceased to
but I dig
exist.
the shit out of it.
Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back
What
from the
names I
precipice
recognize?
of madness.
Because I don't recognize him, I'm not gonna say it.
Destroyed me.
Fair enough.
You people have phones, you can look it up yourself. Oh, I forgot his jaw's just not there.
Mm-hmm. I think it's rad character design.
Ah, fuck.
Just covered up with my scarf.
Took
Cool.
that Atkins diet too far.
I'm all muscle and bones. Don't even have skin anymore.
I didn't know Grapevine was in this game.
I know you, Raziel.
Do you
You
now?
are worthy. What madness is this?
I know where you hide under your bed.
What pitiful
God damn it.
world is this that I have come to inhabit?
Big booty sluts go
Would be
nuts,
released
number 8.
to this travesty.
It's a classic.
Not survive
Ew. I don't like.
I have only spared.
Yeah, it's very, very kind of elder god.
Yeah.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
Something I've noticed about gods: the older they are, the less shape they like to take.
Mm-hmm.
They like to be amorphous.
They just like to be big gooey blobs with tentacles.
You are reborn. The birth of one of
You are no
Kain's
longer Raziel.
abominations.
You are Samantha.
I can see a little bit through your face and into the inner part of your model, and that's a little weird.
And that Raziel is the demise of Nosgoth.
You're the one who sees it because I don't see
There is
it.
no balance.
Oh, there's just a very small slit, like where the bottom of his cheek and the top of that scarf meet, like where at certain angles. You can just, if you're looking for it, you can just peer right into the middle of his character model. You're like, oh, that's what the inside of a chest looks like.
Settle your dispute with Cain. Destroy him and your brethren.
For how old this game is, that model's still pretty good.
Yeah, we are playing the Dreamcast version because it is graphically the superior version, and it uses full analog directional input instead of like four-way directional input mapped onto an analog stick, which the PlayStation version does.
That's horseshit.
Yeah.
A pain in the ass, I'm sure, to control.
Indeed.
Ah, yes, the good old swirly health.
Indeed. When and that's one of the things that I love about this game, because this game's like a little bit Zelda, a little bit Mega Man, and like there's a lot of visual touches. Like when you're in the spirit realm, everything's very hard, jagged, with like hard angles and lines and stuff like that. But when you transition into the quote unquote physical or like the real world,
the corporeal world,
everything gets a lot smoother and more natural, and it's cool that they just have like a visual way to you know, you get a sense exactly where you are.
They don't just put like a fucking a filter over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the spirit world is green and the normal world is sepia tone.
Right.
I say sepia tone. I'm not 100% sure.
You must feed. The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed.
Stop blood me balls, bitch. It's souls.
Which is just like, still kind of like blood. It's not really that different.
You're still killing people.
Still sucking it out of them.
You must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
So, one of the things I really love, there's this old tabletop game. I say old, but it's been around for a while, called Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of the things I love about it is like so instead of like there being one type of vampire, I forgot how many there are, but like each of them contribute to the myth of vampirism.
Gotcha.
So like the idea that like vampires can't cross running water, there's like one specific clan that actually can't do that.
Oh, gotcha.
But because humans don't give a shit about being different clans, they just assume all vampires are like that.
Oh, gotcha.
So the lore comes out like certain vampires are afraid of like crosses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's like certain like there's vampires who have like very particular on their like who they feed on.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking. Oh my god, my brain.
Scabrous riches are these.
Can't. Never mind. I was gonna make a comment on his gliding thing, and now I can't remember the game I'm trying to compare it to.
Okay.
Breath of the Wild.
There
Fucking
you go.
Stole the gliding mechanic from Soul Reaver.
Kinda. I mean, he's got a hang glider. I got wings that are just kind of vestigially on my back.
But like one of the things in that game, or one of the things about that game is your age as a vampire directly affects, like it's directly correlated to like how powerful you are.
Gotcha.
But one of the things you can do in order, because you can't naturally decrease your age, right? Like you can't make yourself an older vampire naturally.
Right.
But you can do what's called diablerie, which is kind of what this reminds me of. And diablerie is where you eat another vampire, and if that vampire is a generation older than you, or generations older than you, you can successfully like decrease your generation by eating them.
Gotcha.
But in doing so, not only that, like you also gain certain, like you get random power from them.
Mm-hmm.
But like diablerie obviously is like super frowned upon because there's already so like only so many vampires that exist anyway.
Right.
And like diablerie is one of the quickest ways to get fucking like excommunicated from the vampire world at large.
Yeah.
Because the masquerade part of the title is in reference to this thing called the masquerade, which is the set of rules that vampires are supposed to follow in order to make themselves blend in more easily with society as a whole to keep humans off their tail.
Right.
And there's two different factions. I can't remember the names of them at the time, but there's like one faction that actually really like sticks to the Masquerade, and then there's another faction that's like fuck the Masquerade, we're just gonna eat all the people we want.
Right.
So like it's you kind of have like whenever you're doing that, you have to. Oh, I see what you mean. You kind of lean back and it's not nearly as looming.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail to feed or absorb.
Oh, I forgot. They did the same thing that what's that game with the scarf? And you have like the dragon sword, and you have to kill people in order to get their blood because like the sword thirsts for. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
The main character has like a ridiculously long scarf.
Oh, and like as you kill people, the scarf gets longer and longer because like you're filling it with blood. Oh
yeah,
god,
and then, like,
yeah.
You do that thing if you kill enough enemies in one go. It like does that thing where he like shink.
Yeah.
And then all of them die at one time.
I know what you're talking about. No idea what that game is though. It was like a PS2 game, right?
Yeah, it came out a long time ago.
Fuck around. God, what was that game?
I'm about to Google it because now I have to know.
I remember loving that game. If I have it, we should play it.
I remember loving it till I got to a certain point, surprisingly, with a giant spider. Yeah, it was just called Shinobi.
Oh, that's right. It
Yeah.
was Shinobi. Yeah.
Yeah, and you had a sword. Like you basically, I forgot the name of the sword is. So. I just want to know what the sword was called. But basically, like you eventually unlock the sword, and it's the same kind of mechanic where if you don't kill people,
It'll start
killing you.
Yeah.
Physical wounds are fleeting.
But I remember.
The flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved.
Oh yeah, you gotta throw them on the spikes, don't you?
Or throw them into like either the water or the sunlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fledglings are devastated by
Brain went blank.
sunlight.
But I remember reading an article in like video game, what is it called, Video Game Monthly or whatever. And there was a whole section where they were talking about like the mechanics they had to put together just for the scarf to work.
Oh yeah.
Because of how well it like actually like moves through the space, because it's not jagged.
Right.
Like it actually flows like cloth would. He said no.
I gotta eat him before his soul goes back to his body.
But I remember I played the shit out of the game. But there's a boss. I don't remember how far into the game it is. But like eventually, for some reason,
Oh, you dickface. Throw him on a spike.
he hit near the spike.
Spike.
There we go. Now suck him up.
Be your saying?
There's a part where you're like in like a mall or something. Like this is a vague remembrance. Like a mall or something where you have to fight this giant spider, and like the whole time you're like fighting little spiders, and I could never figure out how to beat it. I always got to that part, and I just couldn't get past it because I couldn't figure out how to hurt it.
Gotcha.
Because it was always like completely armored. But I eventually, like, once I had access to the internet, I like Googled it.
I was gonna say, did you Google it?
But yeah, I think it was. I don't know if it was on Dreamcast. I think it was only on PS2.
Probably was. Open the door. Get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur.
Oh no, it was supposed to be on the Dreamcast, and then the Dreamcast got discontinued.
Makes sense because
And then it got-
Shinobi was a Sega property.
Yeah, and then it got moved to the PlayStation 2.
Humble now appeared, collapsing
Which is
into the
disappointing.
dust of its former
I don't see. That's the thing I don't understand. I could never figure out or understand why the Dreamcast did so poorly.
Because of a lot of things, it was more expensive hardware for something that didn't have as much features as the PlayStation 2. And PlayStation had already gathered a huge following thanks to the original PlayStation 1. And Sega had already had a huge falling out from its fan base due to the Saturn being kind of shit. At least here in the States. because no one who knew how to program for it. Had 2 separate 32-bit processors in it. People were like, I don't know how to make these talk. So what happened a lot of time was you would get one processor was used primarily for like graphics and stuff like that, and the other processor was primarily used for sound, which made Saturn games have a great soundtrack, but it was still about as powerful as a PlayStation. So,
because all I ever always hear about the Dreamcast is, oh, the Dreamcast had amazing games. Mm-hmm. Just hit that guy in the head with a brick.
Yep, and it was like way ahead of its time, and I like a lot of its games, like even though it came out a couple of years before the original Xbox did, like looked better than stuff you would find on the original Xbox. So,
and not to mention a lot of the games that were on Dreamcast that would end up getting ported to other systems typically didn't look as good or perform as well.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. And you say the Dreamcast didn't have as many features, but I feel like the Dreamcast had more features. The Dreamcast came already capable of online play.
Well, yeah, but it couldn't play DVDs. And that's, I think, because the PlayStation 2 was like $300. It played video games and it was a DVD player, and DVD players alone were going for like $300-400 by themselves.
That's fair. And then that was also a big selling point for the PS3 because it had a Blu-ray player.
Exactly. Yeah.
It could play Blu-rays and DVDs, and it could play the original PlayStation 3. Could play your PS2 and PS1 games.
Exactly.
So yeah, I get what you're saying. But you know what? PlayStation didn't have?
What's that?
A memory card that I could play fucking like Tamagotchi and shit on.
Right? Fucking love my Dreamcast. And that's the thing is like 2 of like my favorite consoles of all time have been like commercial flops, but the people that did have them fucking loved them.
Oh yeah.
And that being the Dreamcast and the Wii U. Like,
I mean, so that's the interesting thing. So I remember when I was a kid, and this is when I was like real young, because we had a Dreamcast. I remember we owned a Dreamcast because I played the original Sonic Adventures on it, and then I remember for whatever fucking reason, I don't remember if my brother did it or my dad did it, but someone took our Dreamcast and traded it in for PlayStation 2.
Interesting.
And I don't remember why we did it, and I fucking loved that Dreamcast, man. I loved every game I played on it. I loved Sonic Adventure. I loved Skies of Arcadia. I loved Jet Set Radio. Like every game I played on the Dreamcast, I fucking loved.
Yeah, every game I played on was banger. Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
Oh, this doesn't look good.
This is where you were executed, or where we were executed.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the water.
That waterfall's loud as fuck, bro.
You just speak up for the narration.
Also, your foot's going through the ground a little. You might want to get that checked out.
What? Motherfucker.
I think we picked a bad day to shoot.
Can we put on subtitles?
I don't know if those are a thing. Yeah, those aren't a thing.
No.
Vibration is, though. Like,
stereo sound? Mono sound. Stereo sound. Mono sound.
why can't I turn on the...
Soul Reaver 1? Override?
Yes.
Not a lot of games that let you do that in this time period.
Right.
A lot of games use... I wonder why that is. I wonder why games required save points.
Don't know.
Because they let you... Because a lot of games always let you save in the overworld.
There we go.
But like when you got... Like maybe it was just like a simple way to increase the difficulty without having to do a lot more work.
I suppose.
Because then you'd have to like pay... Like you'd be like, well, the last save point was this far back and I'm this close to the next one, but I'm having like... I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of.
I would agree.
Kick his ass, Seabass! There's fire on the wall. I don't know if that'll do anything.
I think it will. Nope, other way, bud. The other. That way? I'm in the corner now. Can I just have this? Thank you. There we go.
There we go. Suck him up. Suck him up, suck him off.
Tasty.
It's so good. Oh, torch handle, right?
Nah, we can get something else. Or there could just be another fire over there. I thought there was a weapon. Oh, also, you noticed all of the things that you're seeing, all of the like symbols on the doors and the walls and stuff like that are the same as my scarf. That's because we're currently in my domain right now.
Oh.
That's why when he first introduced these vampires, he called them my kin. They're essentially like my great-great-great-grandchildren or whatever
Oh, yeah,
it is.
because you've been in the thing a while, haven't you?
Yeah. Ow. Stop! I'm moving!
Just get fucking bouldered! Suck up that other soul.
Okay, I mean, I didn't see it come to me, but I'll buy it.
I'll buy that for $1. Also, who... I know, I've never understood the trope in video games with doors that only open after you kill all the enemies.
Really, like, how does that work?
Yeah, what signals the door that all the enemies are dead?
My father's proud kin, wiped from this world like excrement from a boot. I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
I mean, it looks like it's still in pretty good shape to me.
The hand that wrought this deed was your brother Malekith!
Shh. The game hasn't told us that yet.
Fair.
Get stabbed on.
Yeah.
I love how they have such dramatic...
Whoa.
The moment you pulled it out, he fucking got right
Yeah, he
back
was
up.
like, oh my god, I live again.
Don't hit me, I'm bleeding. It's like those old Carl's Jr. commercials. Don't
Yes.
bother me, I'm eating. Yeah!
But you like being penetrated, asshole. Anyway.
Gross.
Alright, so now we got another...
So, like, don't you find out that your other, like, eventually your other brethren of Cain, like, also evolved?
Yes, but, like, all of them evolved in, like, disgusting ways that made them not look human, and I guess Cain didn't care.
I mean, what does Cain care?
Right?
Cain's an asshole. He's got that cool sword, though. It's all curvy.
Yes, the titular Soul Reaver.
I heard, though, that, like, the story of this game was never actually finished. Like, it's because there's a Soul Reaver 2, right?
Yeah.
Like,
There's technically a Soul Reaver 3 as well. It was called Soul Reaver, like, Defiance or something like that.
Well, I heard the person who originally started writing the stories didn't get to finish it.
Oh, I have no idea about that.
Because one of my buddies, mind you, we had this conversation at 3 in the morning at the Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't remember it super well, but I remember him mentioning something about the series going downhill pretty quickly after like the second one because for whatever reason the original writer ended up leaving.
I don't know. I've only ever like kind of scratched the surface of the second and third games.
Yeah.
So I'm not entirely sure like how that holds up or anything.
Entirely sure. Stop it!
Let me eat your friend.
Let me eat my son.
Right? I'll eat you in a second.
You know, his soul's gone. It went through the door. No, like it phased through that wall over there.
God damn it.
Cool throw, though. I feel like vampires as monsters is just a manifestation of what humanity wishes they were capable of. You know what I mean? It's like we're so squishy. Like I've always felt like when it comes to vampires, the fact that they have such specific ways that they can die.
I can kind of see that, like, kind of power fantasy,
Yeah.
like...
Well, that guy's dead. Bisected across the middle.
This game also has kind of a neat feature where you eventually will run into, like, humans in this game. Because there are still human-controlled territories.
Yeah.
If you refuse to kill the first human you run into, all other humans after that will refuse to attack you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you don't really look like a vampire anymore, so, like... if you don't do it, why would they do it to you? And
so,
I mean,
and
that,
like,
go ahead.
I was gonna say the game sets it up to where, because like the first human you run into isn't necessarily like recognizable because he's in full armor, so you don't know if it's a vampire or not. And he attacks you with a crossbow, and he does attack you. So most people are gonna go like, oh, well, he
hit me first.
Yeah. But if you just leave him alone, then I guess like he goes and tells the rest of humanity.
Well, I mean, word spreads.
Yeah.
But it is neat to see humanity not portrayed as fucking man's the real monster, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, humans are capable of horrible atrocities. But
I don't remember if there's anything down here.
But in video games and like movies, it doesn't have to always be that way. Hey, look, chest. I think.
Nope. Yeah, it's just a pot. I can't even break it.
Maybe you have to pick it up and throw it.
Maybe. Well, but the pickup button is the same as mine. I suppose.
Well, I assume because you're. Oh, never mind. Well, unfortunately, you threw your spear all the way up there.
Right. I don't know why he threw it in that direction, but
Probably because there's enemies up there.
more than likely. Ow! You know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna throw you off the cliff there.
Fuck you. Bye.
I believe is this switch.
I don't know.
It's been a while since I played this. I can't remember, or I can't believe I know where I'm going at this point.
I haven't heard anything that's been said, so I would be surprised. I'm surprised too. Is the camera pan down?
I don't think there's a way to control the camera because the Dreamcast didn't have a second stick. So.
It didn't?
Nope.
Never mind. Now you say that.
I was gonna pantomime and be like, "See, look!" Like we were actually playing a Dreamcast, but I don't have a way to capture my Dreamcast. I do have this game on the Dreamcast.
Why? Is it just Wily?
I mean, capture the footage.
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their
That guy didn't even try to live.
Nope. He was just like, "Oh, vampires.
Guess I'll give up now.
I hope you don't bite my neck in all a sexy way." Wait, what are you doing?
Please don't break my butt.
Would you eat a dick kindly? You. Hold on a second.
Let me eat your friend. Alright, you're next.
And down he goes, Chief.
Good thing they happen to die in the same way as the other dudes.
Right. Don't touch the fire. The fires might burn me. This is the way. This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Razio, fucking door. There we go.
No! Doors are for pussies.
What's up, homie? See,
Oh, so this is
that's
the guy you're talking about?
that's the first human that you run into.
Well, the other one was the first human you ran
Well,
into.
the first one that can attack you. But if you leave him alone, and all the rest of the humans in the game look like that too. They're all just armored and have crossbows.
marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
So your brother made zombies?
Pretty much,
Where'd the dude go?
right? There's dude here.
Oh,
There he
he
is.
What is scanning you? Why are you all... What's that blue shit?
Yeah, it's because I'm low on health.
Gotcha.
Wait, I don't think that's where I'm supposed to be. There's a,
There has to be a way to control the camera.
but I don't know how to look up or down. I can look side to side.
The D-pad doesn't do it, I guess?
No, D-pad's how I control my glyphs.
Oh.
D-pad does left and right, but up and down does this.
Well, Maybe it's a trigger plus a direction?
No, I don't think so. Anyway. Yeah, I was gonna say this block can only go in this room, so pretty sure. Let's go right here. Yeah.
My brother Micaiah was made last, and therefore received the poorest portion of Cain's gift. Although immortal, his soul could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
Yeah, you figured it out. Doesn't matter.
Wait.
I think.
Aha!
Where'd he?
I was gonna say I heard him. Good fight.
Okay, bye.
I don't think that kills him. Yeah.
No. Fall damage. I mean, you can throw him on those spikes.
Probably good.
But he's gone now, so it doesn't matter. So, how come rain doesn't hurt you?
Fuck if I know.
Oh, let's swing and a miss on that one.
Right.
Yeah!
Hurry up, die. Give me your food. Or soul.
Give me your food. Give me your food.
Hold on. Oh, I thought he was going to throw him into the wall. Be like, yeah, it's exactly what I wanted, Roz. Do that shit again.
Angle it right.
Nope.
How?
Oh, for Fuchs. I'll be on my throw you around like this. That's not the direction I wanted.
How? This is ridiculous.
Get away from the wall. Here, just come back to life and come toward me.
I don't think he'll come into the sun.
No, but he could shamble his ass over here so I can get on the other side of him.
There you go. His head glanced off of the light.
I'm just saying, he's a vampire. I don't like sunlight, my guy. My guy? My guy. Going down. Oh, God.
Oh, no. Ugh.
My stomach just went, Ugh.
Yeah.
These are warp points, by the way. So in case we die and go back to the
Spirit
beginning
world?
part, yeah, we can just abort back here.
Okay. So we got shortcuts and stuff in these doors.
Indeed.
See, why doesn't rain hurt you?
Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, water for sure does still hurt me. Nope. Other way. There you go. And this way. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Oh, left trigger, that's right. Okay, must not be far enough over.
I don't even see anything up there. There's got to be like a first person button so you can see around.
Nope.
No. You just can't jump quite high enough.
That's Poopy. That's how I'm supposed to get up there. I know it. Maybe I need to do something else first.
Maybe.
What's up, homie? Ow.
Don't take a swing at me, you beehole. Get him. Look at the sound they make. They're always like, oh.
Maybe it's... I have to get to the other side. Oh, good, well. How am I not dying? Okay. That's weird. Maybe it's if I just get fully submerged in water is how I die.
Don't you eventually gain the ability to like go in water?
You can. Well, and okay, see.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm just dead. Because water has no heft or lift in the spiritual world. So now I can just walk around at the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, those guys are trying to kill you.
Yeah. I can't remember what I'm supposed to do. Wait, is it up here? Nope.
Oh boy.
Can't go through there yet. That's it. Motherfucker.
Do you just heal over time in here?
Yeah. Kind of slow, but you do heal over time.
This is better than not at all.
Yeah.
Here's a. If you're trying to get out, yeah.
Trying. Damn.
How do you get out of the spirit world?
You have to find a glyph on the ground and ship to the thing. There's a glyph right here. Doop.
Oh, come on. At least you don't, like, die.
Yeah, you just get transported back to the spirit world.
Very smoothly, I might add.
Yeah, although I did think of something. You can't make these in the spirit world, but you can use them all.
Oh, they couldn't dip the cliff just a little bit.
Right. Couldn't remember if that's how I was supposed to get up there or not. Oh, that's right. I don't have a full health bar. Give me food!
Maybe you just wait a few seconds. Or you could just get across. Oh, I don't know if there's a thing on the other side. A glyph is there.
Oh, yeah. But I could get over there. Or not. Give me your food.
Your health is low. Do you have any potions or food?
Jump up. Okay, yeah. No way to get to the other side from here. At least not in the spirit world.
Can't get there from here.
No. Fucking old games. Okay. Maybe. I'm not supposed to use this here yet. That's what I want. Grab it.
It looks so awkward the way his arms like bend and shape. Just a weird movement.
Maybe I'm supposed to use you to get to the other side. Nope.
Game said no.
Alright, well then. You know what? We will go ahead and, as soon as I get out of here, we'll call this one here. We'll look it up. And we'll find out where to go next time on A Link Between Nerds. Thanks so much for watching. And let's do one of those recommendation things again. Do you have anything to recommend to the fine people?
More anime. Watch Hell's Paradise.
There you go, yeah. Go watch some more anime. And go.
It's good for you.
Go play. Go play your old games. NES, SNES. Just whatever tickles your fancy, whatever you loved as a kid. Go play that shit. Just make your heart happy.
Your balls.
And thanks for watching A Link Between Nerds. Y'all have a good time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.